I'm Chronix from the most extreme wrestling, and this is your WrestleMania 35 review for April 7th, 2019. And before I get into the actual review of WrestleMania, I wanted to touch on a couple of things that happened during the pre-show just real quick. They had the Women's Battle Royal. I had made the prediction that Asuka was going to make some kind of redemption for herself and win, but guess what, Henry? She didn't win. Carmella won, which I was kind of confused about that, but I guess they got plans for her? Maybe. I don't know. Dude, your tail is in my face. The Revival champions over here going against Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. I didn't really think that they were going to win, but for some reason, Kurt Hawkins, he won with Zack Ryder, and now they're the tag champions. This is what I don't get. What is the deal with Zack Ryder? So he's not on TV or whatever. They don't do a lot with him. And then WrestleMania comes around. A couple years ago, he won the Intercontinental Championship in that ladder match. Wasn't that in Dallas? I should know. I was there. But now he's back at WrestleMania 35 and he's winning again, winning the title. So does he have some pictures of Triple H that we don't want to get surfaced or something? Or what? I guess the Revival is on their way out, is what I hear, so that's why they won. But either way, man, congratulations to those guys, because I know they were excited, and it was a cool moment. Then they had the Battle Royal, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I picked Braun Strowman to win this one, and guess what? Braun Strowman won this. Now they had the SNL writers or whatever. And I don't know why they're doing that or what the point is, but they're doing it, and it's dumb. And Braun destroyed him. They could have just erased that part about it, and man, it was funny, but probably could have done something else, right? I mean, I got a laugh out of it. And I got some cringe out of it, which I, didn't really appreciate, but whatever. Regardless, Braun won, so I say thumbs up to that. But there is one part about Braun winning this that I didn't like. It's the fact that Braun Strowman isn't on WrestleMania. Period. At all. Not at all. This man is gone. You're going to look back at WrestleMania 35. You're going to get the DVD or the Blu-ray or whatever. You're going to look at this. You're going to watch it on the network, and you're going to be like, Braun wasn't on this show, was he? Nah. He must have been hurt, huh? Nah, they just put him on the pre-show. And your friend's going to be like, they did what? Huh? Yeah, they didn't put him on WrestleMania. I thought he's going to win the Royal Rumble and go to WrestleMania and win in the main event. Chronix, dude, you were wrong. You were so wrong. You thought, No. He's on the pre-show. That's what happened. So, WrestleMania gets kicked off. Alexa Bliss is the guest host. I like Alexa Bliss, and I guess she's recovering from an injury or something because she wasn't in a match. I don't know what to think about this. It was almost... I know she was the host, but she really just seemed like a Charlie Caruso or whoever, just somebody with a mic introducing things and letting people know what's up and what's happening during the night. If that's what a host is for WrestleMania, well, she did a good job then. So she introduces Hulk Hogan. So Hulk Hogan, he's coming back to WrestleMania. And I was excited because I was there at WrestleMania 30 when he came out, and I was like, oh, Hogan! Because boy, I loved Hogan. And still do, even though he's said some insensitive things, some stupid things. He's done some stupid things in his life, but hey. Everybody makes mistakes, everybody does some dumb stuff. I mean, he's done some stuff I haven't done, but whatever. From all accounts that I've heard, he's pretty much been forgiven from wrestlers and talent and alike. And my thing is, in life, you can't hold grudges forever. Now, you can look at things that people have done and be like, you know what? I can't really just be okay with that. But forgiving people, I think, is important, because if you hold hate it's going to eat at you. And you just don't have time for that, man. You got to throw some positivity in your life, because if you got all that hate, it's not going to serve you well. So he comes out, he lets everybody know, you know, Silverdome, does that whole joke or whatever, but lets everybody know that they're in the MetLife Center? I thought he said center, but they were in the MetLife Stadium as far as I'm concerned. And it even said, comedically, MetLife Stadium right there in front of his face. So they, I don't know if that was like a little dig at him or a little inside joke, or they just, I don't know, but that was funny to me. But soon enough, Paul Heyman of all people interrupts Hogan. He doesn't even make eye contact with Hogan, he just berates to the ring. And it made me wonder, has Hogan and Paul Heyman had any interaction in the past? I know that Paul Heyman was in WCW with his big cell phone back in the early 90s. I was a young pup back then, so, you know, I don't remember if they had any interaction. But they didn't have any interaction here. We know that at WrestleMania 35. He just interrupted his segment. He came down and basically was saying, hey, if you're not last, you're first. Which is, I guess, is an inversion of the Talladega Nights thing, where if you're not first, you're last. I don't know. But I thought that was smart. I really like that. Some people were afraid they were going to do the Kofi match at the very beginning, and I was like, oh no, they're not going to do that. Well, hello, Henry. Hello, Henry. Are we going to rub my nose right now? You didn't just like lick your butt, did you? Because that would be gross. And I ain't got nothing to clean my face with. And I don't want you licking my face either. You're uncomfortably close to me right now. But you can sit there as long as you're going to be good. I don't want you interrupting me. I don't want you saying nothing. You got to be quiet. As long as you're not tearing crap up over there, that'd be nice. Okay. Okay. So, yeah. By the way, when I went to WrestleMania 34? Wait, no, that ain't right. WrestleMania 30... I don't even know. I can't even remember. I went to WrestleMania in Florida recently. And why I can't remember the number is just, I'm not going to look at my phone. Anyways, this cat had ate some stuff. He ate some of my socks, I think. And he had to have surgery. Had to get his stomach cut open and that stuff pulled out. Otherwise, he would have died. So thanks, Henry. Thanks for that. What was it? $1,200 I had to spend on your stupid cat self? Man. Golly. That's like how much money I spent on going to WrestleMania. You act like I'm made out of money. I had to pay on that for months. Like a year, I think. Thanks. Thanks a lot. WrestleMania in 2017. Anyways. Stop. Okay, enough with all of this niceness and all this sweetness. You gotta get out of my face. So Brock Lesnar is the champion on Raw. The Universal Champion going against Seth Rollins. I had picked Brock to win this match, but it was not the case. I thought maybe, hey, it's going to throw Seth off of his game because he's having to come out here early and he's going to have to wrestle so quickly, and maybe he wasn't prepared. But hey, he came out and he was prepared. Brock was beating the crap out of this man, but while the referee was down, he got the low blow on Brock Lesnar. And after a curve stomp action, man, Seth Rollins won and now he's the champion. So I thought that was really cool. It was really cool to see him win, and you could tell he was very excited about it. And I thought, you know, it's weird because he's finishing first winning the title, and I'm hoping that Becky Lynch is going to finish last winning the title. And I heard that they might be a little item going on, Seth Rollins and Becky, but hey, guys, I'm just telling you, if you finish first and your girl finishes way later, you got to fix that. Y'all need to be finishing at the same time, is all I'm talking about. You got to have that 5-star classic and you got to do it together. So, AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. I didn't see a video package. Maybe I turned away and they had a 1-second video package, but weird WrestleMania and weird for WWE to not have a video package telling you exactly why you're seeing the match that you're seeing and why you should care. So if that was the case, that is not a good idea. But the whole match, pretty much, Orton is trying to get these RKOs in. But AJ Styles, he's fighting through it because he's freaking phenomenal. That's what he is. But after he hits that phenomenal forearm for the third time and hits it so spectacularly, guess what? AJ Styles walks away as the winner, as I thought that the man would. Next we got Lacey Evans walking out, and look, I am really into like old vintage stuff. I'm really into pinup girls in this. If you looked at my Instagram page, you would understand my fascination. But here's the thing. I don't care about Lacey Evans, and I don't know what about her walking out and looking all pinup whatever. How is that supposed to make me want to see her have matches? Does it make me want to just see her? No, because I'm annoyed because I feel like she's wasting my time. Lacey Evans got on WrestleMania, but Braun Strowman did not. What the what? So the Usos, the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, dude, you got lay down, son. Just lay down. Going against the Bar, Aleister Black, Ricochet, and Shinsuke Nakamura, Rusev. And look, and what did I write here? I don't even know what I wrote. I don't know why they had Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura together. I talked about that on my predictions video, so I'm not even going to go into it. I expected the Usos to come out the winners, and they did. And I thought it was cool at the Hall of Fame that Harlem Heat had given props out to the Usos. Because, man, the Usos have been doing very well, and it's cool to see some Hall of Famers like them, Harlem Heat, shoot, giving props out to somebody like the Usos. So, man, big props to them, and I'm glad that they won. I'm glad that they kept those titles. And it was a nice match, but it seemed kind of random, and it just seemed thrown together to get a bunch of people on and get paydays and get viewed. So, you know, they all got together. Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev, they were a tag team on WrestleMania. They got to be on WrestleMania. But Braun Strowman didn't. So next we got The Miz versus Shane McMahon. I circled The Miz as the winner before the match even started because I just assumed that's what was going to happen. But a lot of things in this match didn't happen the way I thought they were going to happen. They had a little fight. It spilled out into the crowd, and it stayed out in the crowd. And I liked that. That was really smart. You know, you want to have a big, intense brawl. You want to, like, make it like these guys aren't just competing. They're fighting. Damn, I'm looking nice. Whew, Chronix, what are you doing? So they go out there and they fight and they brawl. They go out into the crowd, and then they're, like, getting into all these areas. And I was, like, screaming at the TV. They're going to do something there. They're going to climb up on that thing. Something's going to happen. I know Shane McMahon is in this match. He's going to do something spectacular. This man is insane. He's crazy. He shouldn't be doing this stuff, but he is. I want him to stop because he's going to hurt himself. But hey, if you want to jump off that thing, go ahead. But look, they did this spot where Shane McMahon fell on the top of a golf cart and his ass slid off and right on his back, almost landed on his head, landed on concrete. Concrete. I'm not talking about landing on concrete off the apron, which is like 2 feet in the air. This is a golf cart. These things are like 4 feet tall. He landed hard on the top of a golf cart and fell 4 feet straight onto concrete. No man at his age should be doing that. No man at any age should be doing that, even if you're a wrestler, because holy crap. A body is not designed to land directly on concrete. Ask Mick Foley. So they go on and they climb up on this big rig. They're over there by, not a big rig like an 18-wheeler, but like a big rig, like a lighting rig. This was their hard camera rig. So they were up there, and then you could see they had some stuff below. And I was like, boy, this stuff is designed to be destroyed, whatever this is. And they ended up doing this suplex to off of this massive thing that had to have been, I don't know, 12, 14 feet maybe in the air tops. They fell. They went through all of this stuff below. It wasn't tables. It was some kind of box type thing. Kind of like what Shane McMahon had fallen on when he was fighting Steve Blackman. So he goes through this and Shane McMahon wins. Now, he only won because he essentially had his arm on top of him because he was just kind of on top of him. So it was really happenstance that he won because both of these men didn't win. They freaking got destroyed going through all of this debris. But Shane McMahon comes away with his hand raised and he goes in the books as being the winner. So, man, congratulations to Shane McMahon for not dying. Jeez. So, gosh, that was crazy. So props to both of those guys. It looks like this is going to continue. And you know what? I'm okay with it. I don't really like the fact that Shane McMahon is out here at his age acting like he's a fierce competitor going against a former WWE champion when at Backlash in 2000, he had a hard time putting Steve Blackman down, and he didn't put Steve Blackman down. So, I don't know, all these years later, he's going against top talent, former champions, and he's having a hard time. People are having a hard time with Shane. That's pathetic in my book, but whatever. Now we got the women's tag team championship match. You got Sasha Banks and Bayley, the boss and hug connection. Forget that name. It's Sasha Banks and Bayley, son. Going against Nia Jax and Tamina. They ain't winning. Versus Beth Phoenix and Natalya. And they did have Bret the Hitman Hart come out with them. And my friend Marco, he was like, dude, Bret Hart came out in their entrance. They're going to win. And I said, no. Smoke and mirrors, my friend. Smoke and mirrors. They just want you to think that. Because if you didn't see that special entrance, you would have thought, oh yeah, they ain't got a chance in the world of winning. But they didn't have a chance in the world winning, even if they had Braun Strowman by their side. But he wasn't on WrestleMania, so. And the Iconics. I picked the Iconics to win. And they had their match. And it was nice. I got no complaints about this match. It was fun. It was nice to see. And I like these tag teams. I mean, Nia Jax and Tamina, I just was like, ain't nothing happening here. But the Iconics, they won. They kind of stole the victory. But it was smart that they did that. They didn't need to win smooth. They didn't need to win dominating. They stole the victory. And when they won the titles, the emotion in their face, the tears, it brought me back. It made me think, wow, these are two girls here that have busted their ass. They have worked hard. They have done everything that they needed to do to get to this position, to get to this spot. They earned it. And I saw them winning the titles at WrestleMania as a tag team, and it made me think about WrestleMania 2000 when Edge and Christian won the titles for themselves. The match is not the same. I get that. I'm only talking about emotions. And two people who are genuinely friends in the wrestling business, who love each other and have been fighting hard to get to that spot for years. And they got to that spot and they won and they was awarded the tag team titles at freaking WrestleMania. And I couldn't have been more happy for them. So if you're mad that the Iconics won, you got to look at what this is and what it means and the competitors and getting to that spot and earning it. It was inspiring and it was emotional and I felt for them. My heart was out for them. So Iconics won and my prediction was right. Yeah. Let's turn the page, boy. As we got, or girl, if you're watching this, I'm not trying to discriminate. I'm just saying, a boy. That applies to everybody, sir or ma'am. Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan is the WWE champion. And there's a mystery box that is brought out for Kofi Kingston. And I thought, you know, what is this? This must be the original title, because, you know, that would, or like a special title for Kofi. So I was thinking in my head that's all it was. So that's what I was going with. And all the signs in the crowd, oh my God, it was crazy. Everybody had a Kofi sign in the crowd, and I don't care if they pass those out or not. I don't care. The visual of that will live on regardless of how it got into the crowd. And maybe people brought that themselves. I don't know. Maybe somebody came in with 500 Kofi signs they got at Kinko's with the color. So they have their match, and I'm on the edge of my seat because I'm like, this could be the moment. And I know it. I could feel it. That's why I made the prediction that Kofi Kingston was going to win the championship. You could feel the tension in the building of everybody watching this thing. And at WrestleMania 30, when Daniel Bryan was in a similar situation where everybody in the crowd wanted Daniel Bryan to win, all these years later at WrestleMania, you see the same thing. You see everybody, except now Daniel Bryan is the champion, and they want Kofi to win. And boy, he hit that Trouble in Paradise. And Kofi hit the 1, 2, 3, and my heart stopped because I thought, no way. He just did it. And the crowd is exploding. People are jumping up and down. It reminded me of when Ron Simmons won the WCW Championship. And if you haven't seen that from back in the day in WCW, go back and watch that, because people freaking exploded. People were high-fiving, hugging, jumping up and down. And it was that same energy, except with way more people. It was that same level of just like, yes, this is great. This man deserves it. And we love him, and we're glad to see him win. So I was excited to see that happen. It was a moment. And this moment, I promise you, it will live on forever. Like, forget years. This is something that 20 years from now, 30 years from now, when I'm way older, when I'm 20 or 30 years older, I'm looking back and I'm like, yeah, I watched that live. I remember. And I was happy then, and I'm happy now, and it puts a smile on my face the same way that so many other title changes have put a smile on my face. Every time I see this win, or I see that win, or I see that replay, I just go, man, that was nice. And this is one of those moments. They gave Kofi the old title, and I was like, yeah, that's what I expected. That's cool, because you can't be holding that in the thing, having the custom Daniel Bryan deal. It kind of, you don't want to be thinking about Daniel Bryan when you're winning the title. You want to be thinking like, this is when Kofi won. The mystery box was full of new shirts, which they were just like throwing out, so that was cool. And he had his sons in there, like his kids, and he was hugging them, and I was like, wow. So many tears, so much just, dude, it was great. And that's all I can say about it. It was awesome. And it is a new day. It is a new day for WWE. That's all I can say. And when will Big E turn? Man, he might turn tonight. Like, I'm recording this before Raw comes on. So this video will actually be coming out probably after Raw and all that stuff. So I know this is late. Not as many people will get to see this, but I don't care. You're watching this, and that's all that matters to me. So we move on to Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio. Now, I thought Rey Mysterio wasn't going to be having this at all. Samoa Joe is defending his United States title here at WrestleMania. I didn't think the match was going to happen because I thought Rey Mysterio was hurt. But it was quick, very quick match. And he freaking chokes out, or he beats Rey Mysterio so quickly. And Rey Mysterio loses, Samoa Joe wins. That's what I predicted, if the match even happened, but I didn't even know it was going to be that short. So Samoa Joe continues on as the champion. And you got Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. They did a nice video package for this. I mean, they needed to. The man is in remission from cancer, and that's no small feat for anyone. And I hope no one's being bothered by the fact that my cat is just sitting here staring at me. It's just weird. I think it's weird. If I was watching this video, I'd be like, what is that dude's cat doing over there looking like some Tonight Dough ice cream with yourself? That stuff is good. Man, I gotta stay away from that though. I'll get fat. I just can't be eating ice cream like that because I'll get one of those and I'll be like, I could have a little bit. I did some push-ups earlier. I could have some of that. I gotta stay away. Did I eat those 2 DiGiorno pizzas? Listen, I bought one and I ate it during NXT TakeOver. I'm not even gonna lie. I disappointed even myself. So Roman Reigns, he ends up with the spear, winning and beating Drew McIntyre, as I think everyone probably assumed. But great to see Drew McIntyre getting some love here at WrestleMania. So I hope next year he'll be onward and upward. I hope tonight at Monday Night Raw he will be onward and upward the night after WrestleMania. So next we got the Elias concert where he has multiple instances of himself, one playing the drums. I didn't know he was so talented. Then he's on the piano. I was like, they're not going to show his fingers. Nah, he was playing too. Dude's talented. And then him in the ring. So he did like a 3-part kind of thing. So he did kind of a quasi-live Cactus Jack, 3 Faces of Foley kind of thing, except it was just 3 Eliases, all the same dude. So that was creative, and I liked that. That was fun. But he got interrupted. He got interrupted by John Cena coming out with the Doctor of Thugonomics gimmick and gives him a classic old FU after delivering a little bit of a lyrical beatdown before he actually hit a physical one-move beatdown. So that was cool. That was cool to see. It was cool to see him pump up the shoes again and do this kind of classic thing. Because John Cena, let's be honest, he's at this point where he's essentially a legend. He is going to be a Hall of Famer for sure. And you know what? If he wants to come out and do that, I got no problems with that. I can't hate on it. I think it's cool. He can come out the next night and be his regular old John Cena. Man, you know what? This is wrestling. When you're at that stage, you can kind of do whatever you want. You can certainly do this. So that was cool. Great to see John Cena doing that thing. Next we got Batista and Triple H. It's a no-holds-barred match. Batista comes out there with this Mafia-style entrance, and Triple H comes out in a rat rod with a supercharger, the pipes, the no-top. I swear, you saw my predictions video. I said all of this exactly like this, 100%. Except I said that Becky was going to come out with this. But Triple H came out with this because, of course, Triple H came out with that. He came out with like a Mad Max reference, which that movie's not new. But, you know, whatever. It was still cool. And I love rat rods. I don't know what it is. I don't think that part of me is ever going to grow up. I love old school cars, muscle cars, and rat rods. I love rat rods. They're so silly and they're so obnoxious, but something about it just ignites my manhood. That doesn't sound right. Something about it just, man, it just makes me feel like a dude. It's what I'm saying. Yeah. So there was a spot they did where they had some channel locks and they're trying to pull this ring out of Batista's nose. And I thought that was kind of innovative. It kind of reminded me of something they had done, I think at WrestleMania, maybe not, where Randy Orton took a screwdriver, like a flat blade screwdriver I think it was, and he started twisting Jeff Hardy's ear because he had them gauges. I ain't got no gauges in my ear. I never was about that. I think it looks kind of cool, but I've never done any piercings. I don't know, maybe I'm just lame. Would it be weird if I did piercings now? Probably. I don't think I could just walk up being 32 years old and be like, I'm gonna get my first piercing now. I don't know, it seems kind of weird, but I have no desire to do that. I do like tattoos. I'm gonna get me some more of those. But it was being reported as Batista's last match. So they did this. Freaking Ric Flair came out and helped. And, you know, it was a good no-holds-barred. If I could say something positive about Triple H, if you will allow me, Triple H has actually had some very memorable street fights and no-holds-barred matches. I'm sorry, my camera just decided to stop recording for no reason. Hey, F you, buddy. So I hope I didn't lose my spot. So we're in the Triple H match. They got the toolbox. They do the thing with the ring and the whatever. You're messing me up, camera. You better not stop again because you're really messing up my game over here. And I'm not talking about Triple H's game. I'm talking about my game. So Ric Flair comes out to help. Ric Flair, he helps him. I was good to see Ric Flair, man. I really was. It was cool to see him. But they get out the sledgehammer. They do all this business. And at the end of the day, Triple H wins and find out later on Twitter and Instagram and all that kind of jazz that this was Batista's last match. So much respect to Batista. You're making me feel old because I saw your debut. I saw you retire. And now I feel old because I was a teenager back then when you debuted. So, man, time is moving on. Time is moving fast. But it was good to see him. It was good to see him in this match. It was good to, good to have a good match. Even though the man slipped and fell on his entrance, which was kind of funny, but, whatever. We all make mistakes, and he could have made a lot worse mistakes in his match that would have sucked and looked terrible and stupid, and we'd had to remember that for the rest of our lives. At least with the camera work at WWE, they can just switch up the angle, and then we can never see it, and then we might forget that it ever happened. But Triple H wins this because, of course, he's Triple H. And this is not Triple H's last match, but hey, Triple H's last match has got to be coming up at some point. Because the man is not going to last forever. Just saying. Hits that pedigree and boom. That's it with that. So we get to have our damn spot. So that was cool. With the B team over there. They showed JBL. Good job for JBL. That man is still on TV. That is crazy. Baron Corbin versus Kurt Angle. Well, I thought that it was going to be John Cena, but deep down in my heart, I knew all of that was wishful thinking because I knew. But I wanted to believe it was going to be somebody else besides Baron Corbin. But nope, Baron Corbin. So as soon as I saw Baron Corbin coming out to do this match, I was like, dang it. Baron Corbin's going to win because it's the right thing to do. I don't think that Baron Corbin's the greatest, and I think he's gotten worse over time. But they're going to give him the nod. And that's what they did. Baron Corbin beat Kurt Angle. Now the match, I can't compare it to WrestleMania 19. I can't compare it to WrestleMania freaking whatever. I can't go back in time and be like, well, when he went against Shawn Michaels, it was great, it was amazing. But now, it's a different story, it's a different time. So the man did the best he could, and he gave the fans what they wanted and what they needed in a retirement. There was a tear in my eye. I am not going to lie. When I saw Kurt Angle in this match and when he lost, and he was saying goodbye to the fans and everything. Man, it hit me hard. It hit me deep. Because Kurt Angle was my favorite wrestler from when he debuted. I just thought he was funny. The stuff he did with Stone Cold and just the great, incredible matches he had with so many guys. With Eddie Guerrero, with Benoit, with just so many folks. And to know that this is it for his in-ring wrestling career, it hit me deep. So I gotta move on because this is gonna get me emotional. Finn Balor and Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley is the Intercontinental Champion. Finn Balor came out as the Demon, looking like a cross between the Boogeyman, between Ultimate Warrior, and between Papa Shango. I don't know why he looked like that, but he looked like that. You go back and you watch, you'll see what I'm talking about. But cool to see him come out in the Demon get-up or whatever. I was not very emotionally invested in this match, but Bobby Lashley had them contacts going on and everything. But Finn Balor, he walked away as the winner. And I'm starting to lose my voice, so I got to wrap this up. So Alexa Bliss, she comes out and lets everybody know that there's 82,265 people out there in New Jersey. So that was cool. But then she invited R-Truth and Carmella to come out and do their dance break, which I thoroughly rolled my eyes, looked at my watch, and said, so they really didn't have time for Braun Strowman? R-Truth and Carmella. You made it out to WrestleMania. You sure did. Main event time. Ronda Rousey with Joan Jett playing her out to the ring. She's the champion, defending against Charlotte, the SmackDown's women's champion, and Becky. From commentary, I think they were saying that this was a unification match, but I wasn't too clear on that. Yeah, I was listening to the commentary, but I was also shouting at the TV at everything and flipping out and being like, yeah, the entrance! Yeah, Joan Jett! Woo! Friggin' Charlotte doing the helicopter entrance that she got from Ric Flair. Now, I have been saying, and I know I've said this on video before, that they should do a helicopter entrance at WrestleMania, because that is just something that I thought would be the coolest. So they did it here, and it was a lot less spectacular than I thought it was going to be. But it was still cool to see. And, you know, Becky's entrance, she just came out there just with the regular music, just looking like the man, which is... I guess it works from the standpoint of she looks determined and she looks like she's ready for a fight. So they did that, and that's what they went with. But it was a good match. I didn't think it was a perfect match. I'll say that. Now, I didn't know that Ronda's hand was broken during this match, or it was I don't know if broken is the right word. From what I read, it's broken. I don't know how you wrestle a match, period, with a broken hand. But I've never broken my hand, so I don't know. But I just would imagine you got to use your hands a lot. I got to use my hands to do these reviews, and I'm just holding a freaking piece of paper and making hand gestures. So, they had their match. It was good. I can't complain about it. But the ending was kind of like, because I thought that Ronda Rousey was going to tap. Now, apparently she didn't tap it because her hand was broken, but couldn't she have used her other hand? I don't know. Maybe the move doesn't allow you to. Maybe you can't. I don't know. But regardless, they ended up with a pin, which Ronda Rousey's shoulder was kind of up on one of those. But you know what? Hey, the magic of using the different camera angle, post-editing, whatever. Unless you were recording this on a DVR or something, if they change the camera angle like in the feed and they post WrestleMania with like a different camera angle where you can't see it, it essentially didn't happen because it's magic. The magic of video editing, which I'm going to have to do because my camera just decided to stop recording in the middle of my thing, which I do not appreciate, but I do appreciate the fact that it told me so. It just said, your video recording has stopped. Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Cannon. Very nice of you to let me know. So, Becky Lynch, she wins. She's the champion. She won. She's got both titles. She is freaking the undisputed champion. So, hey, props. Props to everybody involved. Props to Becky Lynch for winning. This is a big night for you. And just like I said with matches earlier in the night with Kofi Kingston's win, this is a moment that's going to go down in wrestling history. Not just WrestleMania, freaking wrestling history. A women's main event at WWE, Becky Lynch winning the title, holding both the Raw and SmackDown titles, both championships. She is truly the undisputed champion of the women's division right now. And that is awesome. That is great. So many moments are going to be cemented in history. And man, a lot of love for that. We didn't see The Undertaker, but quite frankly, we didn't need him. I love The Undertaker, but he wasn't missed on this Mania. They made it without him. And with huge wins with Kofi winning the championship, the WWE championship, and Becky winning there, John Cena, the whole night. Seeing Hulk Hogan come back and kind of redeem himself or whatever. It was a good WrestleMania, and it's going to be remembered, and it is going to be cherished by a lot of people. And those moments are going to be replayed for decades to come. So with that being said, I had a lot of fun watching WrestleMania. I was going to do my review as soon as the night was over, but I was tired because it was Central Time over here, and it was getting near midnight, man, I was like, I'm tired. So I had to go to sleep and get my shut-eye because, man, I gotta get my sleep or it's just not gonna work for me. That was WrestleMania. That was my WrestleMania review. I thoroughly enjoyed it and I hope you did too. I hope you enjoyed this video as well. So I will catch you guys next time.